Our team kind of puts together a lot of reports for kind of management and ownership. There's deadlines with that. And then also if we're trying to make sure accounting has closed the books for a certain month because that month needs to be in the reports, we can go into Vena and then immediately run Business Central, get all the most up-to-date data. And then within 5 minutes, we know like, hey, everything's in Vena, let's run the report, get all that information in the format that management wants to see it and meet those deadlines still. That has already been huge for us just in the last couple months since we've implemented.
At least 45 to 50% of the time has been cut off there for kind of prepping and getting information pulled together. And also we've been able to kind of keep our team relatively small. I mean, there's really 3 of us that are in the system regularly from kind of the administrative side of things. There's an accounting group, and then there's us kind of on the financial planning side of things. So they were really tasked with finding a new accounting software to transition to. Great Plains was going to not be serviced here in the next, I think, few years. So they were trying to get ahead of it as much as possible to find a new system. So after kind of a evaluation process, they found Business Central. Where we got involved was helping them understand what we had learned and used within Vena about dimensionality. What's the best GL structure for us to get simplistic and streamlined financial reporting out of everything that we had. We knew Vena was going to be our reporting tool. Other tools that they were looking at had kind of a combined financial planning software with it. And I think we were very happy with Vena, very comfortable with the direction Vena was going as well. We pushed to say, hey, find a good system that works for you guys and make sure that it's a seamless transition for us to continue what we're doing with the financial reporting.
The biggest kind of piece for us moving from Great Plains to Business Central was we totally changed our chart of accounts. That's where we worked really closely with Vena to basically create like a mapping table in Vena, taking all of our Great Plains accounts and mapping them to where they would live in Business Central. Everyone in the organization knew that we changed accounting softwares because they had to change how they were approving invoices and such. But if you asked somebody not on our team in the organization, like for them, Vena looks the exact same as it did 6 months ago, which is, I would say, a win for our team for sure.
It's what we've always wanted is, hey, it's kind of as much as possible, the one-stop shop for everybody. We want them for ease of use and efficiency of say, hey, you log in, you go to your report, you see something, you're not sure about it, just drill down into it and see that information and then say, hey, what did we do last year? All that information is still there. Them not even knowing that it's coming from Great Plains or Business Central.
We are currently using the Business Connector to also pull in vendor details and information, which for us has always been pretty key for our end users in various departments. If you want to see additional detail on an account, you can use the drill to transactions feature. And then in that kind of drill transactions detail, it'll show you vendor name, amount, whether, you put in an additional description when you coded the invoice, because a lot of our departments, they might not recognize the amount right away if they paid the invoice 6 months ago, but then tied with that vendor name and that additional description, they often are like, oh yes, that's correct, I remember what that's for. That's something that we're using very regularly, and all of our end users are using as well. Some of our balance sheet summary information now has a variable date. You can basically use current month versus having to manually type in hey, I need everything through September. We're using both of those, and so far it's going really well. Currently in Vena, we do our capital planning, but that's really just once a year. So we do that kind of as part of our annual budgeting process. As we just grow as an organization, being able to kind of provide them a real time, hey, this was your capital project that was approved, this is how much you spent so far, kind of gauge that will be big.
There's more people watching it and more people trying to educate other people so that kind of the financial intelligence of the organization continues to rise at all levels, which is really good. And that's difficult to do. And Ben has really made that easy for us.